All right, welcome to today's deep dive. We're tackling something kind of, well, not always the most exciting topic, right? I mean, financial freedom.
Right.
But stick with us. This isn't about those get-rich-quick things you see everywhere.
Yeah, those...
We're going deeper, busting those myths, the stuff that really trips us up when it comes to being smart with money.
Exactly.
And our guide for this is some excerpts from something called 10 Common Misconceptions that Hinder Financial Freedom.
Which, is a pretty great title when you think about it.
Right. So, like, think of this as myth-busting, but for your wallet.
Love that.
Okay, myth number 1 hits hard.
Yeah.
You need a high GH income to be financially free.
Oh, this is a big one.
Our source uses these two people, Sarah, who's a teacher, and Mike, he's a lawyer.
Okay, classic contrast there.
Sarah, on a modest salary, is killing it, saving, investing, living within her means.
Huh.
Mike, raking in the big bucks, 6 figures.
Whoa.
But he's drowning in debt, always wants the fancy stuff.
It's so common, though, isn't it?
It is, but how come Sarah's winning when she makes so much less?
It really comes down to your behavior, not just the income.
Right.
Sarah's got it figured out. Spending aligns with her values.
So it's not about never having nice things.
No, it's being conscious. Like, do I need this right now, or does my freedom matter more?
Okay, that makes sense. But let's say you are earning a lot. Is there any point where high income alone means you're set?
Even with a great income, traps exist. Lifestyle inflation is huge E.
Meaning?
More money. Well, fancier car, bigger house, suddenly it's gone.
So you're not really getting ahead.
Exactly. Plus, high earners might feel invincible, ignore basic planning.
Thinking they'll always make enough to catch up.
Danger assumption.
Lesson learned, big income is great, but it's not some automatic free pass to financial freedom.
Absolutely.
Now, the D word, debt. Myth 2, it's all bad.
Yeah, this one.
So we've got Ryan, terrified of debt, even student loans. And then there's Maria, who uses loans strategically for a degree that boosted her career.
Okay, interesting contrast there.
Ryan might have missed out on opportunities because of his fear.
Right, but Maria took a risk. But it paid off, it seems.
But what does strategic debt even mean?
It's about understanding the terms, having a repayment plan, and making sure the potential return is worth the cost of borrowing.
Like if you're taking on debt for education, you got to research what you might earn later.
Yeah. Can you comfortably repay those loans without crushing your finances? Gotta think long term.
This feels relatable. Myth number 3. I'll save later when I make more.
Classic. Emma, she's the queen of procrastination. Saving is always for someday.
Ah, yes.
Then there's Lucas putting away $100 a month since he started working.
Which might not seem like much now.
But that's the thing, compound interest kicks in.
And the earlier you start, even small amounts, the more time your money has to grow exponentially.
So Lucas starting at 20, let's say, versus starting at 30, even with the same amount, it's a huge difference.
Time is your best friend when it comes to building wealth.
It sounds almost magical. Can we, break down a simple example of this? Sure, let's say $100 a month for 10 years with a 7% average return. Using a compound interest calculator, you'd have almost $16,000. Over $3,500 is just interest.
Whoa, okay, that's impactful. And now for the folks who think, nah, I'm good with money, I don't need a budget.
That's myth number 4, right? I know where my money goes.
Until you meet John, who's always broke at the end of the month, despite thinking he's on top of it.
We tend to overestimate our awareness,
So true, but what's really going on there?
We miss those little leaks, daily coffee subscriptions we don't use, impulse buys.
It adds up. But a budget, that doesn't mean deprivation, right?
No, it's about awareness, shining a light on those blind spots so you can choose where your money goes.
So isn't it more restrictive to be constantly broke because you haven't planned?
Exactly. A budget gives you freedom to spend on what truly matters.
You get to control it.
It becomes a tool empowering you.
Myth busted.
Yeah.
All right, this next one might make some people nervous. Investing is too risky for me. Enter Lisa, keeping all her money in a checking account, thinks it's the safest.
Oh, Lisa.
And then we have Sam, who's gone and invested in an index fund.
Okay, so Lisa's approach might feel safe, but inflation eats away at your money's value over time.
So while she thinks it's safe, it's actually losing value.
Sadly, yes. Sam, on the other hand, investing in the overall market, gives his money a chance to grow faster than inflation.
So playing it too safe is actually putting you at a disadvantage.
In a way, yes. And while investing does have risks, it's about understanding them, diversifying, thinking long term.
Not trying to get rich quick, but steadily building wealth over time.
Precisely.
Back for more myth busting. Last time we hit high income, debt, saving early, and investing.
A lot of ground to cover.
We're on a roll. Number 6, this is huge EE, especially, well, I think in the U.S. we hear this a lot. Owning a home is always better than renting.
Yeah, that's ingrained for many people.
Our source gives us Mark, rushed into home ownership, thought renting was just throwing money away.
Ah, yes, the classic throwing money away argument.
And then there's Sophia, renting strategically, investing the difference.
Interesting. So Mark probably didn't factor in all those extra costs that come with owning.
Property taxes, insurance, and
Maintenance. Don't forget repairs. Those can be budget killers.
right. Sophia, renting, had more flexibility, maybe more to invest elsewhere.
Makes you think. But isn't building equity in a home you own a good thing?
It is, but you got to weigh that potential gain against the costs and the commitment of owning, right?
For sure. Renting can be smarter if you're not settled. Plus, that money you save on home ownership stuff, invest it. Potentially build even more wealth.
So it's not one size fits all. It really depends on your situation.
Exactly. There's no right or wrong answer, just what's right for you at that time.
But how do you even know if you're ready to be a homeowner? Like financially and mentally?
Yeah. Great question. Financially, you need stable income, good credit, a decent down payment saved.
But it's more than that, right?
Way more. Are you ready for unexpected repairs, doing maintenance, dealing with property values going up or down? It's a big commitment.
Okay, myth number 7. I bet a lot of people feel this. I don't make enough to invest.
Oh, I hear that one all the time.
We've got Alex, a barista, thought investing was for rich people. Then he found those micro-investing apps.
Which is awesome. Tech has made investing so much more accessible.
Right. Micro-investing, fractional shares, it's not this exclusive club anymore.
And Alex's story is proof. You don't need a ton of money to start.
It's kind of like getting fit. You don't need the fancy gym to start.
Right.
You can take the stairs, small changes, then build from there.
Same with investing. Start small, be consistent.
And as you earn more, you can invest more.
Exactly. Consistency is key. Even $5 or $10 a week, over time, it grows.
It's like that habit of investing, letting your money work for you.
Love that way of putting it.
Myth number 8. This one can be kind of, well, I don't know, maybe a bit discouraging. I'll never be able to retire, so why even TRY?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
So we meet Karen, never bothered with retirement planning, figured she'd always had to work.
That's a risky assumption.
Then there's Jake, saving diligently, giving himself options and peace of mind.
Which is really what it's all about.
But retirement seems so far off, especially when you're young.
It does, but compound interest works best over long periods.
So even small amounts in a retirement account over decades make a big difference.
Huge difference. Jake gets it. It's not just about the money. It's about security, freedom later on.
Karen's story, though, it's like a reminder that life can throw curveballs.
Oh, absolutely.
Health issues, job loss, anything can force you into early retirement.
Whether you're ready or not.
Having that nest egg, that changes things.
It becomes a safety net, helps you handle the unexpected.
Myth number 9. This one's about credit cards. They're for emergencies only.
Oh, the credit card dilemma.
Chris avoids them like the plague, and Taylor uses them wisely, builds her credit score.
Two very different approaches. Chris might be missing out, though.
How so?
Good credit is so important these days. Loans, renting, even jobs can be affected by your score.
Wow, I didn't realize it impacted that much.
Right. It really does. Taylor's smart. She's using credit cards to her advantage.
But isn't there a risk of overspending, getting into debt if you use them regularly?
There is, but it's about discipline. Treat it like a debit card. Only spend what you can repay each month.
So no carrying a balance, those interest charges are brutal.
The worst. Set a budget, track your spending, pay on time, every time.
So credit cards, like any tool, can be used well or badly.
Exactly. Build credit, earn rewards, even have a safety net, but use them responsibly.
And if you are struggling with credit card debt,
don't panic. There's help out there. Credit counseling, debt management programs.
even negotiating with the credit card companies themselves.
Sometimes that works.
Myth number 10. This one's interesting. Financial freedom means never working again.
The retirement dream.
We meet Angela, financially independent, but she chooses to work part-time.
Good for her.
Then there's Paul, retired early, but he's kind of lost. No purpose.
That can happen. This myth is about more than just quitting work.
It's about having the choice. Yeah.
Exactly. Angela's got it. She can work if she wants, pursue passions.
Paul shows us that just stopping work without a plan can backfire.
You need something to fill that time, find fulfillment.
So financial freedom isn't just about money. It's about options. Control over your life.
It's designing a life you love, whether that includes work or not.
Welcome back. We've busted myths, talked strategy, but now, for the final part of our deep dive, we got to get into something a little different.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Let's talk about the psychology of money.
Oh, interesting. It's not just about numbers, is it?
Nope. It's tied to emotions, how we were raised, even what we believe about ourselves.
Makes sense. Our relationship with money goes way deeper than just like budgets and spreadsheets.
Exactly. So we can know all the right moves financially,
Right.
but if our mindset is messed up,
It's going to hold us back, for sure.
big time. What are some of those mental traps people fall into with money?
Oh, emotional spending is a huge one. Bad day, retail therapy, small win. Gotta celebrate, spend some cash.
I know that feeling, those impulse buys.
They feel good in the moment, but man, they can derail your goals.
So true. It's like we need to be more aware of those triggers.
Yeah, and find healthier ways to cope or celebrate.
Okay, another one that comes to mind. Fear of investing.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
It feels like such a huge EE step.
Yeah.
And the idea of losing money. Terrifying.
Fear usually comes from not knowing enough.
Okay, so what can you do about it?
Knowledge is power. Learn about different investments, figure out your risk tolerance.
Maybe even talk to a financial advisor.
Exactly. That can ease the fear and you make smarter choices.
I feel like some people just have this natural abundance mindset, like there's always enough.
While others feel scarcity, even if they have plenty.
Right, like that mindset shapes everything.
It really does. Scarcity keeps you stuck, making decisions from fear, missing out on opportunities.
Abundance is about possibilities, believing there's enough to go around.
It leads to better choices, more peace of mind overall.
So how do you even shift from scarcity to abundance?
It takes work, for sure. Gratitude, focusing on your strengths, being around positive people, those help.
Okay, those are good, but what about those thoughts?
Got to reframe them. Instead of what you lack, focus on what you have.
What you're grateful for.
Exactly. But if someone's really struggling, like emotionally, with money,
Is there like professional help for that?
absolutely. Financial therapy is a growing field, combines psychology with financial planning.
So it's like regular therapy, but specifically for our money issues.
Exactly. They can help you figure out your money story, those deep-seated beliefs.
The things that are really driving our choices.
Then work on healthier patterns, coping mechanisms. It's amazing.
This has been so eye-opening, seriously.
Mhm.
So before we wrap up, one big question for our listeners. What's your money story?
Everyone has one. How you grew up, cultural influences, personal experiences.
So like, did you grow up with scarcity? Or were you taught money is evil?
Maybe you saw your parents succeed financially. It all shapes us.
So we got to look beyond just our current situation, those deeper beliefs from the past.
Exactly. By understanding your money story, you can challenge those limiting beliefs, create a new narrative.
Wow, powerful stuff. I feel like we've just scratched the surface, though.
That's the thing with financial learning. It's lifelong. Always more to discover.
Okay, so final takeaway for anyone listening. Financial freedom is possible.
It absolutely is.
It's about making smart choices, good habits, that positive mindset.
And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about progress. Even small steps make a difference.
So true. Well, this deep dive has been incredible. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you feel empowered to take control of your financial future.
That's what we want. Keep learning, keep growing, and you'll get there.
Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay financially savvy.